Okay, this is Spencer, your Tampa Bay wallpaper installer. On now part 4 of the Grasscloth installation. And this is a quick video on gluing the back of your Grasscloth paper. Now, gluing the back of Grasscloth is not the same procedure as you would use on other wallpaper. Unfortunately, we're outside, very hot. Couple of issues. You're standing over your Grasscloth. So here's how you do it. You dip your roller or your brush, you could use a brush, a nice wallpaper pasting brush, into the glue bucket. Now watch where I'm starting. I'm landing the roller in the middle. See that big glob of glue there? I'm now going to work that from the middle toward my edges. That's all right, I don't need that flap open. I wanted to put more glue there. I'm working it. I have now 80% of this section covered. I just don't have the edges done yet. The edges are a little different. I'll just show you in a moment. Okay, check this out now. Now you know when they say to book the wallpaper, it says that in your instructions, right? Let me just show you. So that's booking. It's like you close a book. Now, the reason why Grasscloth is so different is because the edges, you got to read the instructions. It says, do not get glue on the other side. Now, you'd be like, how the heck can I do that, right? Well, there is a way. When you're rolling your glue on, okay, so on my wallpaper table, I have the edge of the Grasscloth right on the edge of the table. And when I come to the edge, right, I'm lifting up. Although the glue is going down, I'm pulling pressure upward, okay? So I start in the middle, I'm working that glue. I'm not gonna go with a glob of glue toward the edge because it might wind up on the other side, right? So I'm working it, working it, working it. Now watch what I do when I get to the edge. Watch this. One direction. Start in the middle, pull it to the end of the wallpaper. One direction. You don't go in two directions at the end. See that? I'm even putting a little ramp on the end just to keep my paper upward. See, I'm pulling it with this hand. See that? I'm pulling up. That's all. And so I'm just checking to see if there's any glue on the other side. There's nothing there. So the procedure works, okay? It's a pain. Yes, it is a pain. No doubt about it. But this is one of the ways you can wreck your Grasscloth. You see, if the edge of your wallpaper is on the edge of your table, there's no glue to get on the table. Because there's no table there. It's on the edge. Right or wrong? You understand me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the edge is to the edge. So there's no table to get glue on and then contaminate the face of the wall covering. You know what I'm saying? There's another way, there's another thing to keep in mind. Look at the angle at which I'm rolling the roller. See this? See, I'm doing it at a 45. I'm not doing it square with the sheet itself. Well, that'll do something for me. It'll ensure that the whole roller with the glue on it hit the edge. Did you know what I mean? Like I could do it like this, parallel. This line and this roller is parallel. Or I could do it like this to ensure like it just covers it differently than if you were to do it square. I'll do that on soffits when I paint. I'll go at an angle because the edge, it pays particular attention to the edge. That's all. If you do it, you'll see what I mean. But you can't go wrong with it square. You're going to do square, right? Okay, so now that's nice and wet. I like the sound of that, do you? I don't know. I just like it. It's getting nice and wet. Ready to hang. I use this as a weight to keep it from rolling up, okay? So now, this is the next important step. Now I'm confident that none of my table has any glue on it. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. I'm confident that my table has no glue whatsoever. Let's just make sure. Okay, that would touch there. I'm lucky. Very lucky. Okay. Keep that there. I like to call myself stupid sometimes. That was stupid. I'm a perfectionist, a fanatic for perfection. And so, you know, you can't get glue on the other side. So here's what I'm doing. Now, if you can't see what I'm doing here, I'm aligning the edge. I'm looking. I'm landing that wallpaper, hopefully edge to edge, and I actually failed. I failed. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now that's perfect. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure. Let me feel. I'm looking. My paper's dry. This is a very lightly damp cloth. Very light. It's not what you could call wet. It's just damp. Okay. All right. Now, we'll finish this off. You need a weight or something, or somebody else holding it down, because you saw what just happened, right? You don't want this wall covering. It's a pain. Grasscloth is a pain. It's a pain. It really is a pain. It's so sensitive. You know, sometimes things are so, like, lack practicality. And I would say that a wallpaper that can't get glue on the other side of it is one such thing that lacks practicality, although it's beautiful stuff, right? So, you know, you got to decide as the person installing it. It does give a very beautiful finish, so it is a unique wall cover. But as far as the level of difficulty for the installer, I would say if you're a new installer, if you can do this successfully, good for you. Because this is not the type of wall covering you want to start hanging paper with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you really should start out easy. Because this is a lot of money, and you don't want to blow it. So I asked the customer, hey, how do you want it hung? So I simulated the installation by putting it up against the wall, and I said, do you like it this way or that way? So they opted for the top of one sheet next to the, you know, like both installed top to bottom. They didn't want me to reverse it. Manufacturer suggests that you see how it looks, which way looks best. And so all three of us, the two homeowners and I, all agreed that it looked lighter put up the other way. So it looked lighter with the bottom side up. Sometimes we reverse it, like we put top up first, and then the next sheet next to it, you take the bottom and hang the bottom at the top. It's called reverse. So the manufacturer here suggested, hey, check it out, see how it looks, and then you decide. But generally, the Grasscloths say, reverse the pattern so that you don't have a paneling effect. Although you're going to have a paneling effect, but it reduces shading, paneling. Okay. So here's my top down here. This is my top. And the way I remember that is I either mark it with a pencil, or my flap over will be shorter at the bottom, okay? Since I'm working from the top, I want the majority of my paper to be in my hands when I get up on that ladder. So I'll remember this is the bottom right here, what I'm doing right here. This is the bottom. It's shorter and stands to reason since you start at the top is already booking for a couple of minutes by the time you get to the bottom. So when you start hanging it, the bottom continues to book since it's the last part glued. So it's not a bad idea. Okay, so you look at this pattern and you'll say, wow, you know, there are stains on it, or it looks kind of, That's the pattern. There's nothing wet on here. There's blotches of blue and light. So, beautiful stuff. Okay, so I'm going to let this book, I'm going to let this stay like this. What's happening is that the backing is expanding. It's absorbing the liquid in the glue, and it's expanding. It's actually going to grow up to a half an inch, perhaps even an inch. I didn't measure it, but when you glue your wallpaper, you'll see that after you have it all in place, after you wet it, and then it expands, and then you stretch it out on the wall, you're looking at a half an inch wider than it normally is. So anyway, that's it. This is Spencer, your Tampa Bay wallpaper installer, coming to you from Apollo Beach, Florida. And if you like the video, click on like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next frame of this. This is frame 4 of the Grasscloth installation for the feature wall. I think we'll finish it up on 5 and be done with it. Okay, see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.